Gilthorpe's got 4.
Dawson has a goal and 13 touches.
Just hope we can hold it. Hope we can maintain it.
Do I hold it?
Yeah.
That's what I was asking.
Yeah, the other one's on this one.
Well, welcome along, folks. It is the BTR Excavations Division 1 Round 12 game. Rostrevor Old Collegians versus Prince Alfred Old Collegians. My name is Tony Nealon. Joining me today is the magnificent Alex Coots. First of all, welcome, Alex.
Thank you, Tony. How are you?
Mate, our coaches today, Damien Boots and Ned McHenry. Ned isn't playing today. We understand he's got a hamstring. And interesting, you noticed something with the warm-ups. Tell us what you noticed, Alex, with the two teams.
Well, both teams, they were warming up at the same end. So they were basically warming up together. So that's a bit unusual. I haven't seen that before.
And there was a bit of noise down there as well. Did you happen to get the B-grade score at all?
I certainly did. It was 12-84 against 8-5-53.
And the winner?
The winner was Rostrevor.
Rostrevor. All right, let's have a look at the weather today, because we can see out in the middle there are a couple of muddy patches, and then in between the two muddy patches is like a dry, like a landing strip almost, as a cameraman. Fantastic work there, Barnaby. You can see in the middle there, just those real sticky. I was talking to Damien Boots about it, and didn't give much away, so I'm interested to see whether they go around the mud patches or through the middle. So let's just go through, mate, our ground conditions and temperature today.
So it's 16.4 degrees, heading for a top of 17. It's a pretty light breeze, which doesn't really favour any end. There's a bit of a mud patch in the middle of the ground, as you briefly mentioned. It's a great ground down there at Campbelltown Memorial Oval, very picturesque, and it's a perfect day for footy.
And of course, our magnificent sponsors.
Sponsors: Div 1 Adelaide Footy League, Filming Footy, Sports Interactive, Classic Clashes, Custom Bio, TC, High Five e-bikes.
And of course, our scoreboard, thanks to the Kieran Hayaketsu scoreboard. Hello, yes, is the slogan you'll hear us be calling out today. We'd also like to thank Jag, Meatworks, Kimberley Resorts, Farmers Leap, and our best on ground, of course, wins the magnificent Archies today. So we're going to have a look as we work into this game, and we just see Stefan Lanzoni's won the toss and kicking to the right of screen. So that's interesting. And Tommy Sumner just making sure they're in the middle. So he goes back, and Prince Alfred in the striped jumpers today. So we've got horizontal and vertical. Rostrevor, of course, in 5th place with 7-4, and Golden Grove just above them with 7-4. And Prince Alfred 8th on the ladder. They're fighting out for relegation with Paynham, who had a change of coach this week. But if you look closely, they're still only a couple of games off the 5 with 6. We're 2/3 of the way through the competition as we speak, through the season. Rostrevor have kicked 8-12 with 702 against, so they're not only 100 points or so ahead. And Prince Alfred the other way around, 729 for 855 against. You've got some other interesting statistics there for us.
So we've got the leading goal kicker for each team. It's for Rostrevor, it's Stefan Lanzoni. He's 5th in the comp, first for his team. He's the skipper. He's also got 2 best player votes to add onto that, 2 out of it in his 11 games. 7 goals in round 10 against PNU in their 69-point W, so that's 1/3 of his goals. James Butterworth equals 2nd in best player votes, 7 out of 11. And he hasn't actually kicked the goal this season as a ruck who sometimes even pushes forward. So now moving on to Prince Alfred, their leading goal kicker is James Bentley. 8 games, 18 goals, plus 3 best player votes. He averages 2.25 goals per game, so watch out for 2+ today. Craig Pitts equals 2nd in best player votes along with James Butterworth, 7 out of 11. 11 goals in his 11 games. With 1 goal per game on average. Look out for 1 goal today. Best game for each team, Rostrevor. It was round 10 against PNU. 19-12, 126 versus PNU, 8-9, 57. Stefan Lanzoni with 7, Tran for 4, McCormack with 4.
And you're mentioning that round 10 game. They actually won by 69 points, 12 goals in the first half, and they won 3 of 4 quarters.
Well, great stat there, and Lanzoni won the Archies and the hotel voucher. For PAC, their best game was round 2 against Broadview. It was 14-8-92, taking on Broadview 7-9-51. Craig Pitt had 6 goals and won the Archies in that game. James Bentley also had 3 goals, which is 1/6 of his goal in this 2025 season.
So just quickly looking at Rocks, you've mentioned their best wins. That round 10 won to 69 points. Round 11, they won by 38 points over Glenunga. They actually kicked 16 goals, 6 after quarter time, and that also they won 3 or 4 quarters. So 16-6 out of 18-8. So that those last 3 quarters. So look for them to finish off. And then Prince Alfred will round 10. They lose by 31 points. They won the second and third quarters of that game. They kicked 4 goals in each of those quarters, but only 1 goal in the first and fourth. So where's the consistency? And then round 11, they win by 60 points over Broadview. They had a 10-goal second quarter, but only 6 in the whole second half.
Wowee, and last time they met was round 3, where at Park 9, Rostrevor got the 1-point win, and they had a 1-point loss in round 2 to Glenunga, and a 1-point win the round after. And that was 4 changes to today's squad, so the squad hasn't changed heaps. And for Prince Alfred, James Bentley had 3 goals alongside round 2 as well. James Bentley, 44% of his goals have been kicked in the first 3 rounds, 8 out of his 18 goals. Round 1 he had 2 goals, round 2 he had 3, and round 3 he also had 3.
So we get in readiness. I'm really looking forward to the ruck battle between Butterworth, number 29, for Rostrevor. He's up against Jordan Neal, number 8, who's really taken Division 1 by storm the last couple of years. So this is going to be a really good battle. There's been a couple of jumper changes. We got Hayden Jolly in 23 today. William Charlick comes in, and Josh Bradford, for PAC and Rostrevor, Josh Bradford comes in. Interesting, Alex, last week Rocks kicked 18 goals 9 with 8 goal scorers. PAC kicked 18 goals 8 with 7 goal scorers. So 1 point the difference between the 2 teams that leads in. So all in readiness in the middle. We'll go through some other stats a little bit later on, but just waiting for this first bounce. We mentioned Neil and Butterworth here in the middle. All in readiness. Umpire holds the ball off. Gee, throws it a little bit towards Butterworth. Taps into the mud patch there. Little kick out. That was through Wharton. There's an inside 50. I'll tell you what, Lanzoni, you talked about his goal kicking. Tries the banana inside out and just offline. And early start, quick clearance out. So let's have a look. So here's the other interesting thing. Craig Pitt has gone back to take the kick in, and he's normally the goal scorer.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. He goes across to Will Schmidt, was wearing number 3 earlier in the season, and Stefan Lanzoni just kicked that point. Before the round 10 clash against PNU's 12 goals, and then after he went up to 19. Is Prince Alfred just playing back in there, back 50 as ball gets switched across. So going to go backwards and slowly go forwards. Now they advance to the far wing. Well done by Darcy Best and James Wharton. Wharton came out on top.
It's a nice grab, wasn't it?
It very well was. Inside 50. Wakeland's there. Can't take the grab though. Spinning around was Sumner, the skipper. Trickling ball. Now McInnes. Got tackled. That's holding the footy. So, great tackle by Matty Nistriansky. It's 25 as well.
There was a lot of red and black jumpers in there. The Rostrevor team really swarmed on that ball coming out, Alex. So I don't know that Prince Alfred's going to get their own way coming out, and he's probably going to put himself within distance.
Well, no, he's passed it off, gone to the outside. So Rostrevor, they're going to just try and advance the ball slowly. We're going inside 50 now. Nearly smothered along the way, Wakeland! Great jump, Finn Wakeland. And the Rocks can line up for the first of the game once again after that Lanzoni behind. Lanzoni, 33% of his goals came in round 10 against PNU. It was 12 before the game and 19 after the game. So that's unbelievable stat for him. It was only 2 weeks ago, and they had 2 goals last week in their clash against Glenunga. As Finn Wakeland was goalless in that PNU 69-point win. So strolls in. Oh, it's drifted out to the right, and it's a minor score. So 2 minor scores to start the game for the Rocks. One going the way of Lanzoni and one going the way of Wakeland.
So I was going to say too, the battle could have been Wakeland at one end and Pitt at the other, but Pitt may well go down that other end of Searles. It was out on that far side. Beautiful white picket fence here. Look at the cars, 2 or 3 deep down here. So beautiful at the moment. Great day for football. There's no sun out. There's no breeze. I don't think we're going to get rain, and tracking that ball there with Searles over that far side. So let's just keep an eye on how they shape up here. Neil's already in place with Butterworth, I can see. Now, that's one of my pet 8s, but it's fantastic. Mitchell Dean, new champion, is behind the ruck throw in here, number 2 for Prince Alfred, because you never know what these boundary umpires are going to do. It could fall short, it could go over the back, or it could, just like that, be a good 50-50. Lanzoni, no, Dawson, it was waiting for it. Screw kick. Round the corner this time, and another point. And that was Jake Slivak trying to get that ball through, and they're having plenty of shots, Alex, and can't quite get it done. And Craig Pitt, well, he's racking up a few. If he's a smart man, he's ever youthful, this man, but if he just walks outside the square, we'll get another stat for the kick-in.
So Craig Pitt kicking in and out, 6 goals in their game against Broadview in round 2. Now advances out to the far wing. Great mark taken. Looked to go corridor and said no. The Rocks have had 3 minor scores that could well be major. So they're 0 goals 3 instead of 3 goals 0. Howard over the top, and now long ball down the line again. Neil. Great mark by James Bentley. Now he goes inside 50. On the lead is Hugo Kelly, the vice captain. Now goes forward with a long ball. Butcher stands under it and went on to keep his composure.
Just that dump kick, wasn't it? He dump. That was not dumb. Dump kick. He turned around, wanted to get it on quickly, and no one was really set up. It was almost a bit of Pagan's paddock. So they release here Rostrevor. Good footwork. Well coached by Damien Boots as well. This is Joshua Shute. Gee, he goes high, and in doing so, just another turnover. And that's Pitt on the wing there. Look at the people over in the background as well, all enjoying it. So Craig Pitt, right on that far side. Surveys the area. Pinpoint accuracy to Henry Slade. Gee, goes outside again. So they're going to 3 or 4 handballs chain there. This is jolly, usually a beautiful kick. So they've done this twice now, put it up, but this time it's a very good grab. And in front of goals, Bentley it is. James Bentley. Good size, hard man to get around. Yeah.
James Bentley, I did say watch out for 2 goals today. 2.25 goals per game on average this year. And he's already lined up for his first for himself and the first for the game.
So, just wanders in. Beautiful white picket fence behind him, Bentley. Can he put it through to the church car park? He does. That's how you do it. And interesting there, Alex. Rostrevor have had it down 3 or 4 times and haven't been able to score a goal. Prince has come in, they've only really had it in twice, and they've scored a goal with it. So that is efficiency, if you like, from the Prince Alfred team. And as I said, both teams 18-9 and 18-8 respectively last week, so they're normally pretty accurate as well. So let's see what happens from here with Connor Butcher on the wing. We can see just down in front of us. He's on Mitchell Dean, and a touch of almost sunshine coming through.
Butcher normally plays at half back, but anyway, back to the action. Warden coming out, then goes for the fend off. 100 umpires in the stands yelling, holding the ball. Now Dean on the outside. Another ball inside 50. Great punch from Di Mateus to punch it out, and on their inside 50, Rostrevor have had 3 and they've all ended up in behind.
Just seemed to be.
Alfred have had 1 and it ended up in a goal. 2. One was an intercept mark by Butcher and 1 was a goal.
They just seem to have that extra. They've got a spare back behind this throw up and another spare in around this. So there are 2 or 3 extra Rostrevor players down back at the moment.
They like to play that sort of game through their coach Damien Boots.
So you can see Pitt now. Neil's come out of the pack, so he's on his own. A kick behind the play here, and so is Craig Pitt. So there's the answer as Mitchell Dean.
Rostrevor had the numbers back, but they could not contain Oliver McInnes. And Prince Alfred, can they get the second on the board for themselves with 7.5 minutes in to this game? And the Rostrevor defence are going to want to look to man up on guys like Bentley, McInnes, Jolly, and all their key forwards, even Kelly.
Bit of breeze now to the left as well.
So 45 out, drifts out to the right, or does it, and it'll be a rush behind. So punched over in the pack by some numbers.
It's a real dour battle at the moment, and Prince is using the ball quite well. I was a bit concerned about their forward line entries early when they did the 2 high bombs, and obviously they got marking up there, but if they can pinpoint, so we're seeing a little bit of a contrast with the way they're playing. They've just adjusted, so Rostrevor now, so they go out to that far side there, but in doing so for length, it becomes a 50-50, and Prince Alfred mopping up here. In and around was Oliver Clark by the looks of it. Free kick here to the Rostrevor player in Murata. Gives it across. Little chip kick. Damon Stepic comes inside, so they want to use the corridor across this back line. Oh, tries to come underground here. Swanbury it is. Couldn't quite take the ball. Now applies a good, strong, hard tackle. So fantastic second effort by Hayden Swanbury, and quick shout out to his father Paul here today, as always, doing a lot of work for the Rostrevor team. As well, that's what Jolly can do. Hits it right up to that hot spot. Jet Ryan couldn't quite. Look at the numbers here for Rostrevor. Out through Murata again. Gets it across to Slivak on that far side. Gee, he's gone a long way back with the handball. They haven't really gone forward. It's pretty much gone back to where it started, and that gives Prince Alfred the opportunity to now get it in, and guess what? There's that wall again by Rostrevor.
James Warren now outside the Butcher. Coming in late was Singleton. A mark's been paid, and now advantage. Nistransky all the way. Lenzoni trying to crumb. Gets bodied over by Bromley. Now the outside in Jolly. Short kick to calm it down to Charlick. Delayed in for Cameron Pritchard. Forward, Ryan. Specky attempt from Swanbury. Lots of bodies around this contest. Handball out. Murata got held up.
Just an awareness there. He really screamed out for that. We can hear that from up here, but just had the player hot on him.
Neil and Butterworth. No one really gets the tap. Shoe got slung around. No holdable paid. Seals outside. Leading now. Juggling. Couldn't take the mark. Off the ground, and that could be a last possession. Just
James shooting back play there. He got dragged down by the one arm and then skidded about 6 feet along, and that is the shoulder that's bandaged up. Just for those viewers at home, he's up and about, number 17. He's right in the middle of this ball up as we speak.
So it'll be Butterworth in the ruck for Rostrevor once again. Gets the tap, then gets the pick up. Kick out there, Lenzoni chasing. Also Neil. Big bodies go at it. Got lots of congestion in this one. Congestion, I should say. Is that a high tackle? No, not. In fact, it's holding the footy.
Jet Boxer.
It'll go the way of Jet Boxer.
It, wouldn't he? Just quickly, Rostrevor 3 interchanges all at once now.
Now to the outside. Bouncing ball. Good pick up by Clark. Trickling ball ahead of Charlie.
He attracted a crowd there too from Rostrevor. He had 3 players all
Bentley
in there. So this looks to be Darcy Best and another 15-metre penalty. The umpies are quick on that today because Bo Girdham and Matthew Raymond are our umpires, and they go out wide, out that far side. Ryan Lim, Lymn. Lim. Oh, flying high. Wakeland couldn't quite. And that's the ingrown toenail if you hear the screams from the crowd. I tell you what, that was good. The timekeepers went up. We all went up as one there, and Wakeland couldn't quite, but I tell you what, exciting. And there's been a free kick picked out. Turn around and face the goal, son.
High tackle going the way of Jet Boxer, this is.
So Jet Boxer will go back. And will he get Rostrevor's first as we're 12 minutes in? They've had it down there a few times and just can't quite get the job done. So here's an opportunity, Jet Boxer.
Well, Patrick Singleton for Prince Alfred just came off and now looking to come on again.
So, Boxer trots in. 35 out, just a slide, probably 30, slightest of angles. Oh, he's hooked it out wide as well. Must be something happening out there, Alex, and once you get the yips, really starts to take hold as Craig Pitt surveying the area again.
So Pitt doing the kicking duties, as coming off was Lucas Bernardi. Very Italian last name, as it is a Italian field area, Campbelltown. So still holding on to it and then goes eventually backwards. So Prince Alfred, Old Collegians can calm it down now. Go forward, Jolly trying to come around it. Now finds the footy, Jolly. Over the top, intercepted by Baldwin. Now will be a ball up.
Strong.
So Prince Alfred, they're looking good to start, although Rostrevor have had more of the possession. Mine has gone to Lanzoni, Slivac, Wakeland and Boxers. The ball's back to the action. Lanzoni, high up and under footy, probably not 15. Bouncing ball out of bounds.
Couple of lads there in the back of the ute. They could have just put that ball over the back of their head.
They go for a jump shot inbound.
Scoffed it, yeah, but throwing on that far side, as we said, you can see all the cars there 2 and 3 deep, so umpire throws that in. Neil up against Wakeland this time, so he's come out from goal and that ball just bundles over, and that's down on the wing there, so free kick here to Princes. Player just looks inside, with the nice coloured boots on. Didn't quite get hold of it, so quick movement now. This way, that way, around the corner, Tramfer. So this is the player I was going to talk about earlier on, Tramfer. Collides pass for a handball, doesn't get used. It's a bit of an excitement package. You can give you a 2 or 3 minute burst and get a few possessions. Really ignites the team. Great one to watch. Gee, player just bounced off everyone there. Lanzoni's on the outside of this. Princes, though, with William Charlick mopping up. Gets it across to Singleton. And they relieve, or do they, out that far side?
Well, the Prince Alfred backline's holding up well. Rostrevor, they always have a lot of men up forward. Could be Lanzoni, Baldwin, Slivac, Tranfer, McCormack, Wakeland, Boxer, really anyone. So it'll be a ball in, it'll be Wakeland and Neil in the ruck. Wakeland with a fumble. Still a scrappy ball on the ground around that muddy area. It'll be another ball up. Lanzoni getting into the midfield, getting into midfield time. Wakeland tap over. Dawson, kick out, trickling ball. So Prince Alfred, they got a good transition. They've had good transition so far this game. We're basically up just over halfway through the quarter. And it's very low scoring, although it's a pretty good conditions for a game of footy.
So Tramford just to the left of this throw-in. Watch out for him. Wakeland, he's going to be up against it with Neil. Neil's got the bigger body, and Wakeland's probably the more athletic jumping type. As free kick comes out, and this is the way of Prince Alfred, or just steering that ball in to Mitchell Teal. Immediately looks sideways, has a little bit of a stutter on the kick. They haven't gone forward yet, now they do. High kick down, this could go over the back. Oh, that's a pretty good attempt there, surely. Umpire says no, we'll ball it up.
The Princes have 3 around that footy.
Yeah, our live stream brought to you BTR Excavations, of course, Division 1 live stream brought to you by Filming Footy, Sports Interactive, Classic Clashes, custom by ORTC, as Wakeland goes inside. High 5 e-bikes as Dawson goes out wide to the pocket. It's a hard chase out here because that's Thomas McCormack just tracking that ball and bringing it back in. Will be Prince Alfred. A quick shout out to the lovely ladies in the canteen, of course, Sarah Swanbury down there, mother of Hayden, Dale Dawson, mother of Patrick Dawson and Louise. Fantastic effort down there, and we'll be tasting some of the fares, I believe, at half time, Alex. So they do a fantastic job, all the volunteers, as Big Jordan Neal gives that ball back.
So Neil in the ruck against Wakeland, that was. Lanzoni with a good pick-up, getting some midfield time for himself. Dawson's going to get it on the bounce. Argy-bargy through them all. And there's the first of the game for Rostrevor. It's now 1-4-10 to 1-1-7. Patrick Dawson gets on the scoreboard first.
And I don't know if that means free drinks and hamburgers from the canteen from Mrs. Dawson, but very well done there to young Patrick. And I talked about their interchange, so they've got 3 at once coming off, and we just see quickly now 1 or 2 going on for Princes, and that's pretty handy. Hayden Jolly, he'll go straight in. Look at Big Butterworth. Look at the sprint on him. He's evergreen, and he gets in there. He's going to be up against Neil, and you see 23 there is Hayden Jolly up against James Wharton. So a couple of fresh ones in the middle for the ball up. Right on that dry part of the cricket pitch.
Can smell that
Neil
food getting ready.
Gets off the ground and then lands on the ground before he taps it. Oh, players in around it trying to extract it out was Lim. 1-2, Butterworth on the receiving end, roving, and that's great vision. Around the corner, Rostrevor now, good battle down there in the goal square. Coming in and mopping up, Slivak gives it back. Prince's player just drops at the ground. Gee, it's close to goal here, not able to get it was Jet Boxer. Picking up now Mitchell Dean. Calm, goes around the corner. That'll be 2 kicks back if Rostrevor get it, and that's a very good mark to Hugo Kelly, half-back flank.
Hugo Kelly stays on the half-back flank, although got on the switch. Great transition from the Princes. Forward, calm and collected was Joe Howard. Has Quaney pushing up. Say goes for a high, up and under Footy. Bentley around it. Who's going to crumb? Handball out to Bentley. Picked up. Bentley around the Footy again. He's a ball magnet in that forward line.
Just that high kick in again, Alex, that they did there, Princes, and they've got a free kick here, but the umpire, not too sure there. Yeah, so quickly
Bentley.
A free kick, but that high, long kick in isn't really working, but they've picked up the free.
So James Bentley already got a goal in this game. First for the Princes. And the other minor scores are rushed behind. This will be a great goal. This could be up there for the Jag Meatwork snag of the day. Although it stays out to that right side in the left of screen, and doing
So
the
one
kicking
goal
duties
for-
will be, looks like Tilio Di Matteis.
1 goal 4-10 plays, 1 goal 1-7 as we speak, and it's probably 1 goal 2-8 now as we're winding around to the 20-minute mark. So takes off out of the square, kicks along towards the wing. They need to get it up and get a passage of play because Prince's last foray forward, that was a good end-to-end foray. Rostrevor now, can they get the run? A lot of players behind the ball here for Rostrevor to the left of screen. Butterworth can't quite get it that way. Goes up and down on the spot. That's an 80-metre kick, 40 up, 40 down. Tracking that ball well was Wharton. Gets it across towards Lim. He looks like a good runner, does Lim. That's a interesting kick because he's put it to the advantage of the Rostrevor team, trying to tap it here. Jet Boxer backing up. Tramper couldn't quite take it. It's 2-on-1. Round the corner. What a fantastic goal that was. That looked like it was Jet Boxer. And, well, did the hard work in there when it was required. It was Jet Boxer, and that could be a contender for our goal of the day there by Rostrevor. Remember, our goal of the week is brought to you by Born to Build, and our snag of the year is brought to you by Jag Meatworks. The winner receives a tray of their finest meats. Our mark of the week is brought to you by Born to Build, and our mark of the year is brought to you by Meanlight Suites by Kimberley Resorts. The winner receives 3 nights accommodation in Broome. And you can see all the winners. Go into the Filming Footy social media page and watch our weekly footy show Between the Posts.
Warden, short kick, won't travel the required distance. Murata, slung to the ground by Hugo Kelly. So, from the forward line to the midfield, you can play anywhere, Hugo Kelly. Neil, didn't know if he got that tap or not, but he did. Trying to chase. Dean, dribble kick, great pickup. Now the Princes can go through the outside. Henry Slade plays on, slips. Kick not the best. Went through Kelly's hands. Tapped. Wharton budges out of there. He's a great player for the Rostrevor Old Collegians.
Great kick, wasn't it?
Fans applaud. Charles Camp's mark and Wharton's kick. Tranford trying. Bodied the ball came off her body. So it'll be 50 metres out from the Rostrevor goals. Score is 2-4-16 and Prince Alfred 1-2-8. They've doubled everything in their category, goals, behinds and total score.
Players have pushed up the ground here, Alex, but not a long way. It's not super congested here.
Doesn't look like so. Neil grabbed out of the ruck by Kemp. Although he's not the tallest, he does do some ruck work as Wakeland on the bench looking to come on, same as Lanzoni, and Butterworth behind the ball, guarding Jet Ryan as around the ball up. Neil jumping backwards. Warden gets slung around. That's got to be holding the ball because this certainly is. We're in a time on and 2-4-16 Rostrevor to Prince Alfred 1-2-8. Seals backwards to Jolly, jacking back a bit. Oh, dangerous kick.
Oh,
Ward
no.
run down. That's holding the footy. No. Jolly still got it. Mitchell Dean, they can run fast now.
Ball on the half-back flank. Dean goes across towards the wing. Diagonal kick in. Oh, player slips over in the mud. Joe Howard, there's some washing there. Number 2 is Mitchell Dean again. So good second effort by Dean. He started that on the half-back flank and it's on in the middle. Just seen a player bowled over there and Tramp was going to pick up the free. That was just stupid play there. I know who the player was. I won't mention it. It wasn't so much dirty, but he just knocked Tramper over. And they were heading forward there, Princes. And I'll tell you what, you wouldn't want a late goal here to Rostrevor. And I'll tell you what, that's what's going to happen. James Shute, he's going to have a shot. Princes were going forward. They were all set up. And just a silly transgression in the middle of the oval. Brain fade. Getting it was Tranfer. Gets it across. And now Shute will shoot at the 24-minute mark of the first quarter. 2-4-16 Rocks to 1-2-8. You wonder whether those early shots that have missed
Josh Shute doesn't always
might
take
cost
many
them.
goals.
So Shute, what's he done? It's a slow spinning ball. Goal umpire takes a long time. Caught a fish last week. It was that long, so he's pretty happy with it. So Shute kicks that goal, and as you mentioned, Alex doesn't kick too many.
No, well, Joshua Shute doesn't kick that many goals, being a wingman and sometimes playing in the guts. And it's going to be Butterworth in the ruck again.
So that turnover on half-back, wasn't it very costly? Princes could have been going ahead and could have evened up the score almost, and now really it's a 12-point play because it's gone the other way. And I did say watch out for Tramford, just little things that he does. He's right in the mud there, and, well, Butterworth up against Neil in the middle.
Butterworth outdoing Neil in basically all categories, although Neil, as an undersized ruckman, is still very, very competitive. Slade.
Got plenty of it.
On the half-back flank. Nistriansky can intercept. Clean pick up. Butterworth. Hands off to Butcher. Lim. Runs into a brick wall. And that's holding the footy. Right out all over McInnes.
He surveys backward there, Alex. He's looking to just chip it.
He does chip it, but it's cut off by Lim. Forward, Wakeland, can there be there to Crumb? Lanzoni at the back, who's there? Chasing his son, another skipper. Hasn't seen much of it. Now Wakeland, fresh off the bench to Lanzoni. He's got his first of the game. There's the captain's goal for you, Rostrevor fans. They're living about it. 4-4-28, 1-2-8.
Well,
started inaccurate early and now they've gone 4 straight.
You get that ball into the forward line, a lot of coaches talk about it, but you've got to get it to finish off, and they held it in there, Alex, and did a really good job to hold that in, and Lanzoni, as you said, finished off, and I was concerned with their inaccuracy early in the game, but tell you what, they've kicked 2 or 3 late here, and really ran away with this first quarter now, and that just eases the pressure off for Damien Boots and the Rostrevor Old Collegians here, and Prince Alfred, well, I still think they're in the game and they're up to it, but they've got a little bit of work to do here, and maybe the opening of that second quarter is going to be important to them because they've really let this lead to Rostrevor expand out as they go forward again here. Player getting held onto and brought down, and umpire says a mark to Craig Pitt down in back play. 27 minutes in. They'll be looking for the siren, I think, because they're going square again. Maintaining possession but not going forward. Lanzoni's up and about. Have a look at him. He's kicked the goal. He's on the mark. He's asking the umpire how long can he hold on to the ball for. That long. And I tell you what, they've got a couple of smothers as well as that siren goes. And our score at quarter time, 4 goals for 28 to 1 goal to 8, a 20-point lead to Rostrevor, and we will take a short break. And welcome back, quarter time here. It is 4-4-28 Rocks versus Prince Alfred, 1 goal, 2-8. Goal scorers for Rostrevor, Lanzoni, Shoot, Jet Boxer, and we've got one other one. Alex, have you got him down?
Patrick Dawson.
Patrick Dawson, of course. And Prince Alfred, James Bentley at this point. You are with Tony Neal and Alex Coots. And Alex Coots, mate, take us into this second quarter and how important it is for Prince Alfred.
So they're going to look to put up a big fight, the Princes. Neal taps down. Jolly with the pick-up. Butterworth dribbles it down like a basketball. Warden bombs out. That's why he was one of the best players in the last quarter. Bouncing ball, Kemp. Transfer over top. McCormack. Down to Lim. Wakeson 1-on-1 in the goal square. Wins it. Taps down. Slimak over the top. Yes, thank you. Slimak says thank you very much. He adds to the goal sheet. Rostrevor 5 individual goal kickers. And as we're going to go through the best players of the first quarter, Murata, Warden and Butterworth for Rostrevor, and for the Princes, Mitchell Dean, Craig Pitt and Henry Slade. Yeah,
I liked Henry Slade. I'll tell you what, James Wharton, and he got that ball ahead there. Gee, he's a very, very good player, that James Wharton. That big high kick, number 18, you can see him there with the hands on the hips, and he's lining up again here. Just look at Rostrevor. They're all pretty much, he can turn and face his goals if he want. I'll see whether they come off the half back line, and Connor Butcher on the wing here. Notice he's starting on the same wing for both quarters, so if they can get it forward, there he is. Comes through the mud, Wharton, and taking the ground, Butcher. And the Princes are all up and about. It's a straight line towards Rostrevor's goals to the left of screen, but Princes are all spread out to the right as that ball just bobbling around. They can't go forward this time through Teal. And this is Connor Butcher. We talked about him playing same side of the ground on this wing. Kicks it out here. Players connect. Charles Kemp it was. Ooh, in hard, Josh Shoot. And it will be a free kick. And this will go to Tom Sumner, the captain.
So the skipper now on the footy heads backwards towards Pitt.
Done this a few times, haven't they? Square across the back line, but they don't go forward through it.
So they're going for the spread. Now they go down the guts. It looks all right. Bromley. Handball to Ryan on the run. Stands under it. Great mark taken by Slade. Now to Dean. Mitchell Dean can travel a mile. Then steadies. Not the best of kicks. And Ryan just couldn't quite.
So they dissect from the half-back line, they switch it around, then they dissect and they go back into the middle. Then they come out to the right here, and it's just that last kick, Alex, to Jet Ryan there. Didn't quite come off, and they end up, well, it's still throwing in the forward pocket. Can they capitalise?
I reckon they'll put up a good fight to capitalise and get a goal, but I'm not sure if it'll quite happen. Is Quaney doing the ruck work this time? Bobbling around, and that's holding the footy. Well done, James Warden. Probably front runner for the Archies currently. Playing outstandingly.
Right, we've got an orange pair to match his boots. I reckon we have, but gee, his work rate for a midfielder to get down in the back line and help out like that, as well as Wakeland up high.
That's last disposal. So it was a handball out, and Ryan Lim will take the kick in and do the duties. Goes backwards to DeMatteis. Got in the votes, pretty sure in round 10 against PNU in their big win. Goes central.
So it's almost
calm and steady kick to Stepic.
Mirror image of what Princes did down the other end. They switch across the back line. So Rostrevor, they're out now, playing in front of his Tramfer. Can do anything, this lad. Or player creeping up on the mark. Tramfer just goes back, the left footer. Looks inside. So it is a mirror image of what Princes just did. This time, Swanbury gets a nice kick over the top. Very well done there. Ryan Lim, really impressed with him. This is the difference. They get a finish at this end of the ground. Dawson, by the looks of it, goes back, kicks that ball in, trying to really pick out a player. Oh, Wakeland just couldn't quite take the chest mark. Ball just bobbles around there. Princes have got some work to do. They get one kick out. What's going to happen from here? Oh, player flying high. And I hope those players on the ground are okay, because that was a high fly. And umpire's called holding the ball. player just calling for it back.
I do see what the umpire was saying there.
Yeah, Rostrevor about to load up again on the left boot. They come in and Joshua shoot. This time they're inside 50. Oh, gee, all on his own. He was down the half-back flank of Indigo Tramfer. And now he will have a shot, the left footer. Probably 45 out. And I talked about him. He's an industrious player. He can get around the ground. Covers a lot of ground, does Xavier Tramfer. Just reward for a high work rate as he's going to line up 45 out. The left footer wanders in. Holds the ball very flat. Gets under it a little bit. And in doing so, just pushes that out to the left-hand side and rocks, transitioning that ball from back line to forward line and getting a shot on goal.
So Pitt doing the kick and do's again for the 5th time. Now goes down to the far wing. Specky attempt from Best. Always is lethal and needed in that Rostrevor defence. To the speedy Warden. Bursting out of their centres. Pitt with the intercept mark. He's played outstandingly good. Dean getting chased down by Lanzoni. Handball to the outside. Now on this broadcast side, which hasn't been used a lot. Great contested mark taken by Oliver McInnes. He started well as well in that forward line, pushing up a little bit. Murata, that could have been a 25-metre penalty, but no. Rostrevor, they always do the whole bench on and off at the same time. Crumbing is DeMatteis. Now he can steady backwards to Dawson, who might move fast. Goes a little more central. A bomb out of there. Falls into the lap of Slivak. Jake Slivak. Murata was around it, but went over his head and went into the hands of Ryan Lim. McCormack. He's going to try and go inside 50 now. McCormack does and finds Kemp. That is beautiful from Rostrevor. Great use of the ball. And he won't have a shot. So he's going to centre. Wakeland has to jump. McCormack went for the volley. Wakeland, ball spilled out of his hands. Lanzoni, don't tell me. Yeah, he's gone out of bounds. So last disposal.
You talked about the volley too, because it is Wimbledon. But that ball bobbled around. Wakeland had it, and then it was onto a player's foot, and then it bounced back up. So interesting. It did bobble around there, didn't hit the ground. And Princes, they're under pressure here. They've got to play a square if they want. So they're going to come over the top here, by the looks of it, to McGuinness. He might run himself into trouble, this player, and he's heading towards McGuinness there, just off the bottom of the toe, and trying to pick it up is Lim. I'll tell you what, I've been very impressed as he's just coming off now. Lim and James Wharton can seriously play just coming into this, but gee, they run themselves into a bit of trouble there, Princes. As trotting on is Beau Baldwin, just to the right of this throw-in. Drops short, there is Baldwin, just as we speak. Fresh on, Neil tries to paddle it. Taking that ball and doing well was Kemp. Puts it in high, they come at it, Prince Alfred or Lanzoni over the top. Oh, player in underneath. And that is very well umpired there today. Beau Girdham and Matthew Raymond, our two umpires, as Slivak gets up. Watch out here for Murata, number 14. Just hovering around the back here. Can he get to it? Oh, player tripped. That is Mitchell Dean. That good tackle in rugby. State of Origin Wednesday night, of course, but not in Aussie rules football. So, pity again. And not real sure that he'd be liking it. He likes to be around the goals, but normally at the other end. Good kick on him out, though. That is a fantastic kick by Craig Pitt. Hits up a player on the half-back line. They've run themselves into trouble again. Gets out of it, does Oliver Clark. Only just, and a great smother. It's the 1%ers today for Rostrevor. I'm sure that are really helping them. But player caught there, so Mitchell Dean will load off half-back.
100 umpires in the crowd saying that was not holding the ball. Not the best of kicks by Clark. Bouncing ball, gets the 1-2 back. Launches. Cleaning up, Murata. Handball smothered, nearly took out his own player in Butterworth. Got the handball away, although umpire said, my ball.
Almost a bit of volleyball there, Alex.
Well, the handball came out a bit late. Neil smashes down. Murata to the outside. Give me a
Free kick.
downfield free. Going the way of Jet Boxer. Go long. McCormack stands under it. Great intercept mark taken by Will Schmidt.
Might have been handed to him there.
He's always solid down there, Will Schmidt. He was top 3 leading the e-bikes in the June review on the Between the Posts show on Feeling Footy socials. Give me a ball up towards the edge of the centre square on this broadcast side in the right. Neil and Butterworth once again. Butterworth with the height advantage.
Ooh.
Taps over his head. A lot of bodies falling to the ground. Warden, Slivac, Murata, short stabbing kick. Boxer gets there first. Slivac with a nice tackle. It was holding on. I saw that before it even happened.
Nostradamus. And, well, I'll tell you, he hasn't had a lot of it this quarter, Hayden Jolly, but here he is. Great work rate as always. He does get up and down the ground a lot, and he's down here in the back line helping out. They point everywhere, but he elects to come down the line. That's knowing your player's ability. Nice kick there. Hugo Kelly around the corner. Once again, their last 2 4-0s forward by Princes have just hit the ground. They're just outside the 50 here. Inside this time by Joe Howard. Up and there. Player in a good spot there. Tried to trap it back there was Charlick, and he's immediately set upon, and players come in. You can see Josh Bradford there, 26-31, Damon Stepic. So a lot of Rostrevor players come in. Murata's already there. I've been really impressed with the work rate of the on-ballers today of Rostrevor.
Well,
really covering ground.
Prince Alfred kicked the first goal of the game, and that was through James Bentley, who was in good position to take it before. And then Rostrevor have now kicked the last 5.
So Hugo Kelly was in front of that, and he's going to pick up a free kick here by the looks of it. Just surveys the area. Coming back now, turn around, and it is Joe Howard this time. So lifted himself out of the mud. A few players, I don't know that fatigue will take too much of a part of it. A few players just with hands on hips having a little breather. Joe Howard, 45-degree angle here, dead set, and he'd be probably 40 out when he kicks it. Runs in straight, I like that, and then hooks it to the left. I don't like that. So Howard offline, and Alex, we're 12 minutes into the second quarter, and it's taken them that long to score their first point for the quarter. So Rostrevor, I think their work rate has been really good.
So Dematteis forward to a one-on-one. Well done by Kemp to use his body. Handball out. Now the Princes can go again on the rebound 50.
Ooh,
Punched over the top and then got crunched.
That Dematteis, wasn't it there? He just took that kick in. That was a beautiful effort there.
See Ned McHenry, the play coach, played in the Adelaide Crows team for a couple of years and then went to Fulham for a bit as well. So pretty lengthy footy career at only a young age. As back to the action, there'll be a ball in.
He's got a bit of work to do with his team at the moment.
Kemp in the ruck. In the defensive half, he normally does the right work for the forward half. Not the defensive, as we're about halfway into the quarter.
Shaking.
So, ball back up. Around the back is Dawson. Handball off. They could rush it through from behind. Could have been a better option. Charlick contest wasn't 100%. Schmidt leading. Well done to clean up Will Schmidt. Take a bow. Because he is a great player to watch. If you ever want to look out for someone for Prince Alfred, look at Will Schmidt in the back line. Definitely get picked up by a big club. High flight by Ryan. Jet Ryan, that was.
That's a good matchup with him and Finn Wakeler. I saw Finn Wakeler there just run across. Hasn't really clunked any big ones today. He can do it and he can kick the miraculous goals and everything, Finn, but he just not getting his own way. And he's a good athlete, Schmidt. That is a fantastic matchup. As this ball comes out now, Princes, they fight off 1, 2, 3, given to players under pressure. So that was Singleton who just popped it straight up in the air. There's been a hold, and it will be the way of Darcy Best here. So Best just surveying the area. He's looking across the ground. He's got a very short one on in Nistransky out this side, but it would be very short. So he elects to come towards the coach's box here. They all fly, and free kick here, going the way of Rostrevor. 3 players. It looks like Jet Boxer again gets that kick and just doesn't quite get hold of it and gives it straight back to Teal. Oh, he looks to go square. He's got players into. Oh, Hayden Jolly not happy in the middle of the ground. Could have been used, and still calling out to have a look inside. And that confidence just erodes a little bit sometimes, Alex, when you're behind on the board.
Well, we're going to go to a quick around the grounds. It's Broadview trailing Port District by 3 points at Broadview Oval.
Wow.
They're a good first half team, Broadview, and then normally crumble in the second half. Golden Grove leading Sacred Heart Senior School by 17 points, 32-15. Salisbury North in a close one against Glenunga. That's only 7 points at Hawke Park. And St. Peter's beating PNU by 15 points. PNU's accuracy not the best. 1 goal, 8-14. Trailing St. Peter's 4 goals, 5-29. Anyway, back to the action. Tealy in the middle. So that was Clark. Free kick and a mark. No, free kick and no mark. So Stepic moves fast.
That can be a bit.
DeMatteis, Lanzoni pushing up to the back half.
That can be deflating for Princes. He's battling well out there, Oliver Clark, but it's this next kick in. They need to hit a target. They persist with these big 50-50s.
So who's there? Darcy Best is there to clean up. Lanzoni taps out, and we have a boundary throw in. But yeah, Broadview putting up a great finds against Port District, that Broadview Oval. It's 3 straight 18, trailing Port District 3-3-21. Port District top of the table, Broadview bottom of the table, so that's one to look out for. But anyway, stay on this game. I can guarantee this will probably be a better one. Port District could probably run away with that. Anyway, back to the action. Coming out with Seals, and the goalkeeper
Hayden Swanbury.
Hayden Swanbury.
Wow, they just can't get it done down there, Princes, and under pressure. Good work by Rostrevor though, and I'll tell you what I do like about the Damien Boots coach team is players like Patrick Dawson and Tranfer and these types, Murata, they cover a lot of ground. Used to see Dawson just up around half forward and that was it, but the ground that they're covering and the work rate that they're doing has been sensational. It almost creates that extra player. Ryan Lim, he's had a very good game. Gee, he puts that close, and here is Murata that I was talking about. So you see he's almost, his defensive side of the wing, they're covering so much ground. He had Tramp for short, goes long, probably going to go over the back, it does. Here he is again, Schmidt. Gee, rush kick, he puts it into where they wanted it earlier in the game, but there's a bit of traffic in there and players are slipping around there. Up it comes, bobbles out towards Connor Butcher, who very, very smartly didn't go into that contest. And there's a one-handed grab, and that sets the world alight. And Thomas McCormack takes the big one-hander, and look at that, a bit of me time. We'll just go back. There's a lot of lines on the ground here, but you can see the 50-metre line is that white line there. So McCormack has taken, Alex, that could be a contender, please, for our mark of the week by Born to Build, the one-hander.
That will be between the posts, hopefully.
So, throws the grass up. Now he's going to line up. He's going to kick straight towards that scoreboard. The ground bathed in sunshine. Breaking news. The sun is out. One sock up, one sock down. Comes in. Oh, and just couldn't quite get it to swing back enough there, the Rostrevor player. But a very nice mark to McCormack as they're out the other side here, Princes.
They move fast. Pitt once again gets the 1-2 back. Long ball down the line. Trying was Tealy, but can't. Out the back, Tranfer. Get a kick from 55 out there, kicking a bit away from home. McCormack, yes please. This will be up there for a snag of the day contender if he kicks this. Probably go for the snap around the body, but it'll be very close to the boundary line, so be prepared to write this one down on the sheet.
He's snuck around a bit there.
What's he doing here?
He's stepping inside. Look at umpire's drawing him around.
I don't know if he's going to go for a drop punt or a snap. He's 40 out. So yeah, he is going to go for a snap. As seen why his ball drop. So he takes his time. Goes for a snap around the body.
Oh,
That's a damn good kick. Thomas McCormack take about 1 goal 1 in the space of a couple minutes. That's a contender for goal of the week, brought to you by Born to Build. Writing that one straight down in the book.
I'll tell you what, Alex, he might be a contender for the mark of the week and the goal of the week, all within a minute of each other. And that was a great goal. Great goal. Around the corner, that is skill. And well done to the young man. Be watching that back on the highlights, don't you worry about that. And I reckon that might come up on the goal of the week on Filming Footy as around it goes. So Wharton again out of the middle. He's got a long raking kick as well. Charles Kemp trying to track this ball out that far side. This way, that way. I'll tell you what, he gets around, gets inside. Wakeland might be off the ground actually. I can't see him in around that contest. So put it into that dangerous position. I'd say Wakeland is off and McCormack's on, and gee, he's a dangerous mix-up. Pity just smiling and talking to him as he's coming past. And Princes will get the kick in here. 21 minutes in. Up it comes. Oh, nice set of jukes. Good contested mark out there.
That's James Wharton
again.
McCormack.
Some fat side. He tries for that one-hander again. His left hand hasn't got dirty yet. All he's doing is one-handers. Like a school lad mucking around in the park. Gee, that's a fortuitous bounce for Tom Bromley, but has to kick under pressure. This way, that way. Joe Howard had to wait for it. And, well, the other one, Ollie Clark's had a very good quarter out there, but, gee, it's hard work. You can see there a little bit of fatigue. 21 and a half minutes in. But Rostrevor really up and about there. They have only kicked the 2 goals 2 for the quarter, but Prince Alfred have kicked 2 points. So they kicked 1 goal 2 and 2 points in a half so far as the SWAT goes forward. So it's hard work to get goals for Princes out there. Joshua Shute, one of the goal kickers out there, just tracking that ball in under. And Princes just can't get that run on, Alex, and get those 2 or 3 possessions in a row where they can get a shot on goal as Neil bumps into Butterworth there.
So, Crumb, Murata played a great game. Could be up there in the Archies conversations towards the end of the game. Elliot Murata as well, a ball in. Ran 40 out from the Rostrevor goal. So it's going to be 2 different rucks. Kemp and Bromley, and Kemp wins it by a country mile. Slade to the outside. One on a pick up. Dawson thought he was going to go backwards, then went forward. Lim around the back. Great grab, Ryan Lim. He can line up for his first to top off a great game for him so far.
Yeah, I agree, Alex. He's played a good game and he took that mark really at the top of its flight in a little bit of congestion. And one of my notes I've had for this quarter, great contested marking by both teams.
Yes, well, no wetness on the field means sticky hands as Lanzoni and Butcher come on for Dawson and Slivak. Anyway, long kick just doesn't reach the required margin. It'll be 6-7, 43 for the Rocks, leading Prince Alfred 1-4-10.
He did like it off the boot. He had the arm in the air and it just didn't quite get through the distance. So the optical illusion out there when you're standing behind the ball. Rocks almost like choreography, how they've set up. They've got one line in about 20 metres and then this next line about 40, but they're able to pierce through it, Princes, and they go long over the top. But look at the numbers for Rostrevor here. 1, 2, 3. Ryan Lim, no, that was DeMatteis there, getting a cross chain of handballs, or quick handball, didn't quite come off. He's had a great quarter as Ollie Clark for Princes. He's kept a minute. Oh, holding that ball up, Tom Sumner. Couldn't quite get it out, and he's been caught holding the ball. They just seen that little bit quicker, Rostrevor. And this is Wharton again.
God, he's had a plethora of the footy.
Although 25-metre penalty, is it? No, it's not. So Wharton, he's bought his own ball today. I reckon you look at that ball, you see the McDonald's and Sharon on it. It's probably got Thomas Wharton written on it as James Wharton, sorry, written on it as well. just taking his time. Looks like he's going to have a shot for goal.
He's got leather poisoning, James Orr.
He's got a beautiful kick on him too. So late in this quarter, puts it up. The two ruckmen go up and second fist out. Looked like Teal, or it may have been Perks, Josh Perks. A lot of players just standing still there, hands on hips and just surveying what are we going to do. Boundary umpire, far side. Just outside the 50-metre line for the Rostrevor end. Butterworth and Neal go again. No real winner in that contest. Out it comes though. Rostrevor this time. Looks like Lim again. Penetrating kick. Is that Wakeland back on? Trying to soccer it forward. Gee, attracts a crowd. This time it's Wakeland. He's dragged down. 1, 2, 3. And all over him is Tom Bromley. And he's giving him everything. And I don't think it's exchanging addresses for Christmas cards somehow.
Got a bit of conduct to the head nearly there, like a little headbutt. Looked like a little smooch. But anyway, Bromley lies to the far side, and there's the siren. The score is Rostrevor 6-7, 43, leading the Printers 1-4-10. They did not kick a goal that quarter, the Printers, and Rostrevor won that quarter by 13 points, and they're up by 33 in the main break. Goal kickers, there's actually no one who has more than one. Lanzoni with 1 goal, 1. Dawson with 1 goal. Slivak 1 goal, 1. Shoot 1 goal. Thomas McCormack 1 goal, 1. Boxer 1 goal, 1. And for Prince Alfred is James Bentley with 1 goal, 1. And how do you see that half and quarter, Tony?
Well, as I said, great contested marking by both teams. And we did see the highlight was Thomas McCormack taking that one-handed grab and then a little bit later kicking a goal. So well done to that young man. They only kicked the 2 for the quarter. 2 goals, 3 to 2 points in a dour contest. We will take a short break. Welcome back to the third quarter down here. Rostrevor versus Prince Alfred, and I'll tell you what, the hospitality in there at half-time sensational. So thank you to the Rostrevor people that put the spread on as they're trying to get out here through Joshua's chute. Come around the corner. It's almost come back to the middle of the ground here, so they went backwards to go forwards. Pity now goes in the middle of the ground. That's a good grab. That's where they wanted the ball earlier. Oh, he just stopped and propped to look at the umpire. Then it was his mark there, Will Schmidt. And in very good hands, Jolly, Hayden Jolly. And wow, quick start for Princes. It's what they've been after. And well done down there, number 26 in James Bentley. He has his second, and he was pretty happy about that. And we've seen that, Alex, both the second and third quarter. The first goal scored in under a minute. And, well, Prince Alfred this time. And Schmidt, I see Schmidt's gone into the centre of the ground as well.
I think that's a good choice.
I agree, mate. I agree. How'd you find half-time in there, mate? We got into the party pies, the sausage rolls, and the scones, jam and cream, mate. Just delectable. So
I nearly missed out on the start of the game. I was too busy eating and watching the Crows game on TV.
So thank you to Sarah Swanbury, Dale Dawson and Louise down there in the canteen, and all the other helpers, and Paul Swanbury doing a great job. There is a VIP here today. You wouldn't believe there's a gentleman by the name of Wayne Longford, a paid-up member of Rocks. Coached him in 93 and 94 back at Hope Valley. Fantastic young man, and we said we'll give him a shout-out on air because he is a VIP.
Well, transfer straight out of the guts, kicks, and it'll be a free kick going the way of the Princes. So, doing the kicking duties will be Craig Pitt.
A lot of cloud overhead, but the rain stayed away.
Been consistent all day. Craig Pitt. They're going to go run the switch, which they've liked the whole day. Over top, free kick. And will it be downfield? No, it won't be. Just
in back play there, that player went over and did a somersault, and he doesn't look too good, Singleton. There's been a little bit going on today, and that was Singleton and Tranfer again.
There's been a raffle drawn inside.
Yes. Did you have a number?
No, we didn't do anything. Just got the food.
All right, well, let's stick to the game. So Craig Pitt it is. Talking about raffle, he's got a couple of selections. It's a long kick out here to Kwayani. It's going to hang a long time in the air if it actually makes a distance. So they're under pressure again, and that is the most dangerous kick in football, the diagonal kick inside the centre-half-back position. Players a little bit slow to get up. Hayden Jolly is there as well. They've gone diagonally from pretty much that back pocket across to the other half-back flank on the other side. So it's a long way home for Princes. The ball goes up and down. Butterworth swats that ball forward. Oh, player dragged out of it there. Gets away with it. Henry Slade now, long and direct, and there's a free kick down the field, and it's been given to, well, Rostrevor, ironically. See the matchups now. Oliver Clark's gone forward, so he's gone down the ground, and it looks like Will Schmidt's gone into the middle, and Rostrevor, they're out the other side here. Joshua Shoot it is. Look at him hold off with one hand. Tranfer just in back play. Both players trying soccer, and Rostrevor through Shoot will come out the beneficiary. Shoot. Just looking around, surveys, puts it into the hot spot. They come out, players fly, ball on the ground. Oh, leading the way out, Finn Wakeland. Round the corner. Oh, I'll tell you what, that is Jake Sniback. And he has his second, and that could be a contender for our goal of the week, brought to you by Born to Build. Remember, our snag of the year is brought to you by Jag Meatworks. The winner receives a tray of their finest meats. And I tell you what, the crowd has erupted behind us, Alex. I think someone popular has won the raffle there by the sound of it.
I don't know, because the Crows have just won, and there was a lot of Crows fans.
Is that what it is?
Soren just
went. So that's the other game. I thought there was another game of footy on today, but the Adelaide Footy League is the best game to be watching. And at the moment, Rostrevor, 7-7-49 lead, 2-4-16 to Prince Alfred, who are up against it. They had that 4A forward, got a quick goal, and Rocks answered very quickly as well.
So back in the middle, Butterworth man near in the ruck. Schmidt with the diving tackle. Butterworth with the pick up. Got that short handball out. High ball from Dawson.
Ooh.
Jumping up was a lot. Transfer. Got bowled down to the ground. Slivak chasing. He's got 2. Leading goal kicker of the whole game so far. Few people being bowled over. Transfer over his head. Short handball. Over the top. Lanzoni trying. Can't quite. Soccer off the ground. Thank you very much, Stefan Lanzoni. No. Yes!
There.
He has got it. Stefan Lanzoni has 2. And there's another contender for the snag of the day, brought to you by Braun to Bill and Jag Meatworks. And we'll go to a quick around the ground. It's Port District, kick 3 on the trot. They're now up by 4 goals. Golden Grove still beating Sacred Heart by 2 goals, 47-34 over at Sacred Heart. Salisbury North with a 16-point lead over Glenunga. That's just start of the 3rd quarter. And the Spockos beating Payneham Norwood Union by 17 points.
It was a good goal by Lanzoni, and I was talking to his father in there at half-time over the around the food there, and had a good chat. Got a couple of whispers about Rocks I won't mention on air, but they could have a player heading off overseas shortly, so one of their industrial players. It's not Stefan either. So interesting now, as just been watching Hayden Jolly. He was tending to try and play through the middle of the ground as he's playing on ball. Oh, that kick out by Princes just dropped short. Second time, Dean gets it on, puts the player under pressure. Singleton up high, anyone's ball. Rostrevor, look at the numbers here. Oh, tracking that ball. Wharton, geez, he goes in hard. Dawson gives it back to no one. Out it comes though. Damien Stepic. Gee, I'll tell you what, there's a lot of numbers here that are going to be caught behind the ball. Stepic goes around the corner. They team up well here. Slivak gets it across. Lanzoni, not much in front of him. And that's why that ball ends up, I was going to say ends up in the hands. That's a great tackle. Bromley bought the ground very, very quickly. There was only the one player there for Rostrevor, and that is what you call work rate by Jet Boxer.
So Jet Boxer kicked 1 goal 1 today. And mark taken by McCormack. It's going to be another contender for a snag of the day. I'm about to run out of room on my sheet. Well, I already have. There's been 3 contenders for me so far.
He likes that pocket, doesn't he? He did the same down this end. Now he's diagonally opposite down the other end. They're kicking. So will he go around the corner or will he use the drop punt? That's the only question. He takes his time. He turns side on, Alex. And now he comes back to go on the drop punt. Indecision.
Well,
throws the grass up.
This will be a great goal if he kicks it.
Jeez, I tell you what. Talk about role players.
Very, very tough angle. Surprised he's not gone for the snap on the body like the last one. This could be an absolute beautiful goal. And out wide for a minor score.
Just tended to lift the toe as he kicked that. He pointed the toe straight up in the air instead of elongating the foot. And Craig Pitt, once again, yet another kick in, would be high up in the best players. Players going diagonally across the ground here. Now they come towards him, and they're onto it, Rostrevor. It's cut off here. They've got players out the back. That's a trip. And it will be number 26 in Josh Bradford to load up again.
So, Josh Bradford, haven't called his name yet today. Unless we have, maybe once or twice. Pretty good kick inside 50. Lanzoni on the lead.
That diagonal lead that does it. And he crops what we call a crow peck from Craig Pitt. Just the old one knuckle on the back of the head. Just feeling it there. And he's kicked 2 already, Stefan Lanzoni. He's going to line up for his 3rd. Alex, 25 out, dead in front. Commentator's curse. What do you reckon?
He'll goal it. He should. Well, 5th leading goal kicker, Stefan Lanzoni with 21 goals, 23 during this game. Can he make it 24? He certainly can. Lanzoni has a hat-trick. First goal kicker with 3 or more. Slivak, the one trailing with 2, and then lots of singles. Going away, Boxer, McCormack, Shute and Dawson and Bentley with 2 for the Princes. 2 goals, 1 in fact.
Well, 9 goals, 8 plays, 2 goals, 4, and I spoke about both teams kicking the 18 goals last week. It was 18-9 and 18-8. Well, Princes won't get near that today, and if Rocks keep this up, they may well do. They're just stretching that lead out now. 9-8 to 2-4. And, well, Princes have had 3 scoring shots in the first quarter, 2 in the second and 1 in the third. They just can't find that avenue to goal. And I tell you what, Dawson's been very good today. I've been very impressed with him down back and up forward, and a little nudge out and a mark here. This is McCormack again. Since he came on in that second quarter, he's given him a little bit of a decoy, and well, McCormack it is. Just saw him with that last shot. Gee, I tell you what, old-fashioned footballer, he takes his time. Now, what he hasn't done, he hasn't picked up the bit of grass yet.
Look at Schmidt coming off. Look at his mud on his legs.
Yeah, he's covered in it. Is Schmidt. He's covered in mud. As McCormack probably come off for a wash. Butterworth comes off as well. Charles Kemp comes on. So McCormack right behind it here. He's running in straight, which is a good sign. Now he trots out to the right, and have a look at that. Come on, big fella, celebrate. He likes it off the boot, so he has his second. And Rostrevor now, they kicked 4 goals, 4 in the first quarter. They've kicked 4 goals, 1 early in this third quarter, and really stretching out that lead as we are, 11 and a half minutes in.
Well, Stefan Lanzoni and Jake Slivak have more scoring shots combined than the whole Prince Alfred team. And you could swap McCormack for Slivak in that one and it'd still be the same.
It doesn't get any easier for Prince Alfred. They're in 8th position, equal with Payneham in 9th. They've got Golden Grove next week. Payneham have got Sacred Heart. And today, Payneham have Spockies, so probably going to be the same. Rocks have got Broadview, so they'll be really stretching out those wins. So, ball in the middle of the ground. Hayden Jolly trying his heart out as always.
So outside, now it is Perks and it's going to be a downfield free, it looks to be, or no, is it out on the full? It is a downfield free. Craig Pitt travelled up field a little bit, must have been him swapping for Schmidt maybe.
This is probably the end of the ground he's more used to. Look at the eyes just darting around. Oop, indecision.
Short darting kick. Fighting a target, Mitchell Dean.
He's almost ran past that tramper and just over the back. Dean, he's been one of their better players as well today, Alex. We've liked him, haven't we? Dean?
Yeah, Mitchell Dean, he started off really well and he's kept that consistency through and through as Oliver McInnes looked to come on for Joe Howard. As kick has gone not well for him. That was...
Trying to load up again here. They went short and got a turnover. It was a little bit on out there. Charles Kemp just giving a bit. And umpire runs in. So quick turnover. Princes, I think the key here, they're outside that 50. Can they hold it in and get a shot on goal if they can get it in? They've got a good-sized player in Quaney here out in this pocket. He's a good height and he's got a good match-up on Darcy Best. He might be better to go in a little bit more towards that centre of that ground.
Try to get a goal side.
So Dean it is, gets that handball out, but under pressure, Craig Pitt. Once again, there's no easy kicks out there. I spoke about the battles. Rostrevor again, quick hands, they share the ball around. Oh, Tramfers immediately tackled the ground. That was, gee, that closing speed of Tom Bromley was on out there. The crowd giving a little bit. Have a look at them all sitting up the back of the cars there. And, well, on the left boot, Prince Alfred. Come in. Who's at the back? Looks like Ryan it was. Do they handle a lot here, Rostrevor? Get it out again, diagonally, or trying to shepherd the space there. That was Jet Boxer. They need to get a player forward. They have now in Wakeland. Rostrevor, they all behind the ball, and then they congregate here. You'll see Lanzoni will come in. So there's no wingers on either side of the ground. Neil, haven't caught him a lot today, so he hasn't done much around the ground with the marking prowess. Trying to scrag his way out of there is Murata. Had a fantastic game as well. A lot of Rostrevor players, look at them all there congregating at the back of this ball. Right in that area. 1, 2, 3, 4. Guess who? Jolly. He takes off out of the mud as well. Oh, talking about the mud. Jolly's gone forward here. Play on is the call. He'll be a chance to goal this. Gets onto it and doesn't quite. He ran a long way. Probably ran 40, 50 metres there to get that shot on goal. Couldn't quite get it done, and players in the middle of the ground had a fair bit of work to do to get out of that mud pile as they come inside Rostrevor.
Listriansky now in the footy. Very muddy as they'll interchange in a limp. So Tealy comes on for Tom Bromley. Anyway, back to the action. Murata kicks sideways. One, cool and collected.
Is that Dawson again?
Yes,
yeah, he's had a lot of it.
Inside footy, not the best of kicks.
Ooh,
High
late call.
contact. Going the way of Ollie Clark. He's pushed up.
He'd be high in their best, wouldn't he, surely?
Yes, he would be. Down the line, Best. Good intercept mark. Best came out best.
Oh, very good, working well,
contest.
Alex. Dawson again.
Dawson again. He could be up there for the Archies. Haven't seen James Warren much this quarter. Anyway, Swanbury getting cheers from the fans. They all love him at Rostrevor. Schmidt. Handball back to Neil. Kick smothered. 50 Rostrevor fans as acting as umpires. Jolly off the ground, looking a bit not 100%. But anyway, Butterworth. Mark
down
taken.
Brown as well.
Free kick and mark. Down the line has Lanzoni as a runner. Goes there.
Ooh.
Kick inside. Worked out.
Oh.
Wide open man in the goal square. Jeff Boxer. He says thank you very much. Joe the Goose in the goal square. Easiest goal he will ever kick in his whole career. No doubt about it.
And that was the movement from that half-back line all the way down the ground. We saw that long kick come in from Butterworth, and how quick was it? Great hands by Baldwin. Lanzoni was in there even though he slipped over. They get it forward, and that's the difference between the two teams. You get it down into that forward line and you score, you get a finish. There's nothing more deflating than having that ball go down into your forward line and then see it come back out. Coaches always bang on about getting that ball into the forward half and playing it in there. That's great, but you've got to get a finish as well. And they've kicked 5-1 for the quarter, so the accuracy has come back. They're 11-8, 74 to 2-5, 17.
So, tap over top, well done Murata. Tealy, kick out. Well done by Howard to just avoid getting pushed in the back. And a mark taken against him.
And just
as quick around the grounds, Port District beating Broadby by 31 points, have kicked away a little bit. Golden Grove, that could be the upset against Sacred Heart. It's still 4-goal margin. Salisbury North beating Glenunga by 9 points. And St. Peter's still only beating PNU by 2 goals. Just quickly back to the action. Fend off. Well done by Charlie, sorry, that was. Forward sucking attempt. Non-realistic attempt. Will Schmidt, unlikely goal kicker, and he finds himself with one. Will Schmidt wearing the 22 today, and is the second goal kicker on the board for the Princes.
And they persist with that high bomb in, and every now and then it comes off, and that was quick play. When it does work, it works well. As we see, just come back on there is Hayden Jolly. You called that earlier, Alex. He was spent for a minute, takes 2 or 3 minutes rest, comes straight back into the middle there. You see number 23, and he's telling the other player there, Joe Howard, you go over there, mate. I'll come to here. So quick movement. The answer here for Rostrevor, if they're gonna compete in finals, is okay. What do we do when a goal's scored against us? Can we answer quickly and get a goal back? So that's the big question. Even though they've scored the 5 for the quarter, I'd like to see them have another go here and just get a bit of grunt about them and try and get an answer. As Princes come out wide there, the player did very well there, dodged and weaved, There's Jolly, fresh off the bench. Up it goes, and they're into the forward line again, Henry Slade. And they could get 2 in a row here. So this will be interesting also. Rostrevor, they could almost practice. What do we do when a team gets 2 against us? So Oliver McGuinness. You put that one down to Hayden Jolly's work around the ground, but in the middle there when he comes on fresh. Another interchange now. They're starting to wheel them. Tom Bromley's coming back on.
I'm a bit confused because he's still limping a little bit, Tom Bromley. But anyway, Oliver McGuinness coming in and he kicks it.
So he has his first as well. And the crowd erupts. So there's 4 goals. Oliver McGuinness 1, Will Schmidt 1, James Bentley 2, and 2 goals. They've kicked 4 goals for the whole game. They've probably kicked 2 goals in 2 minutes, Alex. So hard work and persistence. You have to just keep putting in, don't you?
Well, the Rocks should get a win, but Prince Alfred, they're going to look to up their percentage a bit. They are 46% currently. They're pushing to stay in Div 1 next year. They're in a relegation battle with PNU and Glenunga, and Broadview, they're probably going to get relegated. They're 0-11. But anyway, back to the action.
The cult hero, McCormack's just warming up on the boundary. Someone's yelled out. He's turned around to the huge crowd up here in the stand and waved and thumbs up to someone. And now he's coaching from the sidelines. He's calling someone off as, this way, that way.
Wharton's been outstanding.
Yeah, so he gets it out to Murata around the corner. It's going to be over the top. Ball hits the ground. Punch forward. That's desperation. Murata again had to stand and wait. Taking the ground. And we get a ball up. And not too happy in there, a couple of the players. James Wharton just helping out Murata. Murata goes back to his spot. Ooh, could have been shepherded out. And so you've spotted something there. There's a Hugo Kelly, number 13, in the ruck.
Yeah, it's a bit unusual. He was playing in the midfield earlier and was in the
could be blood.
line. Been everywhere.
So
yeah,
Murata now with blood rule. Must be a dot. He's not happy about it. Still got to come off.
Transfer's going to go in the midfield and Butcher's going to go up forward.
Butcher coming on.
Well, they both go in the midfield. Now Butcher's decided to go forward. So Butterworth and Kelly in the ruck. Kelly down. Shoot clears. There to clean up. Very well done, and they'll move fast. Outside Mitchell Dean. Great punch, Ryan Lim. All the applause from the Rostrevor fans up here in the balcony.
Yeah, really good, wasn't it?
Got a couple hundred people in their cars. Probably it could be about even maybe 300, 400 people here. It's a great crowd.
Chock a block up here. And it's not raining, Alex. That's the good thing. Geez, still waiting to come on is Thomas McCormack as well.
Well, over the top, chasing his transfer. Can't get it. Gets a cut on the back. Then gets a smother transfer. Lim, high ball. Not marked. I thought it could have been marked by Butcher. No. Kick falls short. Mitchell Teely squares up and goes back to another skipper. Out wide to Clark. Clark picked off by Bradford. Josh Bradford. Forward, intercepted Ollie Clark. He's had a great game, Oliver Clark. And he'll take his time and go back.
Big pack of players right across this next area where that ball comes in. They're almost like migrating. I know the migrating wildebeest, but it's almost like choreography. There's lines of players across the ground. That's why. So now they come inside, and good set of hands to have it in is Craig Pitt. But once again, they're going sideways, which they can do. Possession football. They get it out now. William Charlick. So what happens when they have to come down the line, as they do, goes up and down. Wow, win Finn Wakeland. That was a win
finally comes
to
on.
Finn. Gee, tell you what, that was a high fly, wasn't it? And gets that punch out. Maybe they're going to perhaps put him down in the back line a little bit. I'm not real sure, but swingman is very handy in football these days. No one behind the ruck. Well, there's a smart man. Hayden Jolly, look at him. He's out the back just in case. Lanzoni comes across. It's going to drop short. Butterworth again taps his way. But they're out here. 1, 2, 3. Big long handball by Teal. Into the mud. Sense of theatre there. Gives it to Clark. Into centre forward. It comes back out this side of the ground. bursting through 1-2 along the ground. Couldn't quite get it done. The two number 11s, that's Ryan and Matthias, kicking to each other. And Connor Butcher, fresh back on, has taken a mark just inside the defensive 54. Rostrevor's got options out the other side. Elects just to come short and gives it to James Wharton again.
Wharton, probably front runner for the Archie still, led by his brilliant first half. We're 25 minutes in, plus change. Perks on the mark, looking to coach his players a bit. Butterworth, body out, and yeah, that is a free kick. Oh, it's gone the way of Rostrevor though. So they bring it back. It's Butcher's free, or is it Boxer's free? Boxer's free. Butcher looking to run alongside him. What started in the forward line when he came on from his spell. Butcher, and they went now drifted back again. Finds the ball over the top. Looks to go inside 50. Has limited as an option short. Want to move it on quick. There's 26 minutes gone. Get another one on the board for the Rocks. Forward ball spoiled by two words. Oh, there's no way. Just falls short. Wharton can't get there in time. Still in. Boxer keeps it in. That's going to be high. Yes, it is. Jet Boxer. This could be another one for snag of the day.
Baldwin excited the crowd there, Alex, didn't he? That kick, just from where we sat, looked like it was going to go through and didn't quite. You called it well. So Boxer it is. Well, they still end up with an opportunity with that ball going forward.
This could be a great goal, Jet Boxer. He's got 2 goals lining up for his third. And it's drifted left. Tranford tried to go for the high fly. Lanzoni over his head. McCormack tried to grab it, but just couldn't.
So it'd be interesting to see whether McCormack comes into ruck. I was talking to someone at half time whether he is a spare ruckman or not. And a little bit going on here with him and Hugo Kelly, and he's given a bit back. Have a look at him. He doesn't know whether to go for the ruck or have a push first, and he has a push. Goes again. He's already given away the free. Goes again. Bit of a character is McCormack. I don't mind him, but got sucked in a bit there by Hugo Kelly. So Kelly's going to come out, but it might come back with interest, and Lanzoni goes in as well. So they're all getting around. There's a little bit going on in back play here. A few players come around, and you leave Thomas McCormack alone, the Rostrevor people are saying, because he's our bit of a cult hero out there. And, well, he didn't go forward into the ruck. Kelly's a long way from this. There he is there. Look, he's trying to take someone out there and falls over. He's getting his own back there. He's getting what we call a receipt. And pretty much started that by running in. Umpire calls players back, just settles them down. Well umpired there. He might just want to go in and concentrate on taking that ruck tap, because that's what happens. Butterworth will get 2 possessions here against the opposition ruckman. So Kelly's just, he's put a smother on there, so well done to the young man. Just needs to get his head back in the game. A little bit going on for some reason. And just keep an eye on Big McCormack if they can get that ball down. I hear through the timekeepers 1 minute to go exactly as we're 28 minutes in.
So, kick out by Slade. High up and under footy.
Oh, wow.
Wharton jumps on it. Drags it in. Then gets it out. Well done, James Wharton. Handball out. Tapping by Nistriansky. Tranfar. Brought to ground. That's holding the footy. A bit rough to not give away a free there. Ollie Clark. Goes long. Not long left. It'll be only around 30 seconds and change. Kick forward.
Big crowd out there. Have a look at them.
Yeah, I know. It's all the Rostrevor lower grade players. A grade, B grade, C grade, even.
Swambury streaming through the middle here, Swambury, if they want him.
Well, they're not long, they've got not long left. Ball trickling out, Lanzoni. He can launch it all the way.
Oh.
McCormack.
Oh, I was waiting for it too. Thomas McCormack, he's been set up back there for a minute or two, waiting for that ball to come in, and probably the time's going to beat him here. Lanzoni, is it?
Yeah, Murata.
No, Murata.
He's got to go fast. Inside 50. Dribbling footy. And that's the siren. So, is that going to be a free kick? No. So there's the siren. Is score at the end of the quarter. Rostrevor, 11 goals, 8, 74. Leading Prince Alfred, 4 goals, 5, 29. So Prince Alfred, they nearly won the quarter, although Rostrevor just too good. They got the lead by 45 points. They won that quarter by 2 goals, the Rostrevor. And we will see you guys after this short break for the last term.
Welcome back to the BTR Excavations Division 1 big game down here Rocks versus Prince Alfred Old Collegians, and Tony Neal, Alex Coots joining you. Alex, you've got some scores from around the grounds, please.
I certainly do. It is Broadview. They haven't scored one. They've only scored one goal since the first quarter. It's 4 goals, 24. Trailing Port District 10 goals, 8, 68. Sacred Heart still losing to Golden Grove, 7-8, 50 to 10-6, 66. Salisbury North, they've extended the lead over Glenunga, 75 to 40, 11-9, 75 to 6-4, 40. And St. Peter's still only a narrow lead over PNU. That's 6-9, 45 to 3-12, 30. So both teams in accuracy coming into play. As we go through some of the better players and goal kickers, starting with the goal kickers, Rostrevor, Lenzoni 3, McCormack 2, Boxer 2, Slivac 2, Shoot 1 and Dawson 1. For Prince Alfred, McInnes 1, Bentley 2, Schmidt 1. Best players, Rostrevor, Dawson.
So some of our better players, Alex? Dawson,
Lim, Murata, Warden, Boxer and Butterworth for Rostrevor. And for Prince Alfred, Pitt, Dean, McInnes, Clark, Schmidt, Slade, Bentley, Jolly.
All right, so all in readiness for this final quarter, and you are with Alex Coots.
Butterworth and Kelly in the right. Butterworth with a large tap. That's got about 20-30 metres. Then transfer off the ground. Cleaning up, it was Tilly. Dean. Over the top. Great smother, Connor Butcher. Handball over the top. Now transfer. Drops the ball. Lenzoni. Can't spin out of trouble. And
trying to make something out of nothing there, aren't they, Rostrevor?
So Lenzoni tried but couldn't quite convert. Grabbing out. Handball to Schmidt. Another smother by Butcher. Grabbing it was Warden. Got the handball out just in the nick of time. Butcher, another smother. That's 3 smothers in the space of 20 seconds. Warden with an intercept. God, he's been good, but he's gone pinged on the ball.
He tried to run through 35 players there and couldn't quite do it. He's had a fantastic game. Remember, our best on ground does win the Archie's pair of slides, and also a $50 voucher thanks to the Gully Hotel. As that ball down on the wing, and you could throw a blanket around a few of these players. Hayden Swambury there, taking the ground. There's a little bit going on there in back play. Butterworth just having a bit of a chat to his opponent. Schmidt comes in. Geez, a long way off it is Hugo Kelly. Couldn't quite get to that ruck tap. Player bought the ground, holding the ball, and that's how easy it is for Rostrevor as Tramper. Just goes back on the wing. He has a couple of players inside. Wharton was one of them. One-hander cut off by Slade. So Princes go forward again. They persist with this high bomb forward. It hasn't worked all day long. Every now and then it'll come off. 3 on to 2. Umpire just comes in, and all the midfield now are the migrating wildebeest trying to come in. Kelly pushes forward and just got the hands on the hips already. Just looks a bit spent as a player runs past him there. Hasn't had the best of days. He will now come in. Tom Bromley comes back to that position. Now Bromley comes in as well. So they've got a lot of players in around this ball, Princes, and they have got one spare back. That is, well, that's Charlotte here. So let's see what happens as that ball goes up and around to Darcy Best. Breaks free very easily. He will kick towards where that spare player is. Oh, player's left his player on his own here. If Rostrevor get hold of this, they are in all sorts of trouble here, Princes. Luckily there, that ball held in, and player just cops it on top of the head, accidentally. A little bit going on here.
So just
mate always used to say, sorry, no good being tough now. Be tough when it's your turn to go, when the game's on, not after the whistle's gone.
Well, just a stat for you, Finn Lakeland, he's only had 3 goals in his past 3 games, including this one, and all 3 of those came in last week against that win against Glenunga. So that's an interesting stat for you. But Lenzoni trying to chase, tap back to Butcher. Lenzoni goes to the second lick of the ice cream. Now outside, Slivac couldn't hold on. Now Dawson, chip kick over the top, smothered. Well done, Craig Pitt. Now bursting with speed is Singleton. Around the back, Jet Ryan Soccer off the ground. Jordan Neal chasing the big ruckman. In front position was Nistriansky. Swanbury coming in clean. And it's steady to Patrick Dawson. Looks to move fast and does. Goes to the corridor. Slivac.
Ooh, hanging a long time in the air, that one, Alex.
Well, where's this kick going to go? Diagonal. Here's shoot. Could have played on. Instead, Lanzoni.
Done that a couple of times today. The diagonal lead by Lanzoni. That's very smart, a bit like Alan Didak when he went to Collingwood and they taught him how to do more than one diagonal lead, and that's Lanzoni today. And I'll tell you what happened there. Joshua's shoot was an optical illusion. He was actually standing the umpire. So it looks like two people are standing there and took off. He was actually on his own. That's how Shoot got hold of the ball and delivers it to Lanzoni. And Alex, he's kicked 3 and looks like, well, we won't always say certainty, but it's probably a late Emma's there for his 4th.
Stefan Lanzoni, he's already the leading goal kicker of this game, as was in round 10. And there's another one to add onto the scoreboard. Kieran Hioketsu's scoreboard lighting up down here at Campbelltown Memorial Oval with Lanzoni's 4. Kicked the same amount of goals as the entire Prince Alfred team.
Did you say the Kieran Hioketsu scoreboard?
Hello, yes.
Oh, very good, Alex. We are working well because it is a big lead now. 51 points. It was 20 at quarter time, 33 at half time, 45 at three-quarter time, and they are now 51. And we did have a discussion at three-quarter time. I thought maybe a plus 50 point lead might be the winning margin, and your tip, Alex, was?
Well, it's still Rostrevor with an easy win, but it was Prince Alfred that win the quarter, I reckon, but not sure if that'll happen after this fast start. Transfer goes quickly. Just
on that stat, the last 2 games that Rostrevor have won, they've won 3 of the 4 quarters. So if they're looking for something out of the game, it would be to win all 4 quarters today.
Well, that could happen at this rate. As kick over the top, Lim in front position, just can't. Charlick nearly got run down by Warden. Schmidt. Flag the handball. Well done, James Warden. This man is an incredible player, although fumbled the kick. Clark takes a bounce, takes a second. Chip kick over the top. Howard. What's he going to do now, Howard? Centres. Got the fend off. James Bentley. No, another behind. So Bentley has 2 goals too now.
Just wondering about that 15 metres, how far you can run, because he took a lot of steps in there, Ollie Clark, but only covered about 3 metres because he was slipping in the mud.
Yeah,
so
well, he took 2 bounces.
If the umpire, when he first started, if the umpire just counts steps only, who knows? But if it's distance, well, that's a different kettle of fish. Good mark. That looked like Wakeland out there. Long way down the ground. Didn't mind that though. He's inside here supporting, but gets it across there was Darcy Best. Now they're 1 out. Is that Lanzoni by the looks of it? It is. Long way out, so he's going to have to kick it in high and long. Let's see if there's a climber. Not quite. Gee, I'll tell you what, he put a good effort in though, Jet Boxer.
Can Butterworth snag his first goal of the season?
Up and down it goes. They've gone over the top of his head. They're playing party tricks with him. That's a crunching hit. And they're trying to put this pattern of play together where they can get 2 or 3, but he's under pressure, Will Schmidt, as that kick comes in.
Ollie Clark cleaning up again. Backwards. Forward, sorry. Looked like on the other end for a second.
Is it Charlick again that had that last shot?
The last shot was Bentley, and now it is Bentley again.
That's who it is, yes.
So,
he's kicked 2.
Had 3 goals this season, multiple times. 8 of his 18 goals, or 20 goals now. I'll mention that later. He's gone fast, and he's got a hat-trick. Only player from Prince Alfred to have multiple goals, and he's got 3, James Bentley. He had 2 goals in round 1, 3 goals in round 2, and 3 goals in round 3, so 44% of his goals will now make it around 30-some of his goals kicked in the first 3 rounds.
And they're winning the quarter at the moment as we are 8 minutes in by 1 point. So Rostrevor,
you are.
My little stat, if you like, I'm after is a 4-quarter win by them against a team that has played in a few grand finals in previous years and normally up high in the ladder at the moment trying to avoid relegation. And
well, they're in a battle with PNU and Glenunga currently, and both teams are losing, so that's good for them.
yeah, well, that is the correct way of saying it. Yes, so Payneham and Glenunga are in 7th place, Princes in 8th, and well, it's going to depend. There's 6 games to go, and the great man Tommy Javor, who we wish all the best, always says this season anything can happen in Division 1.
Well, commentator Matt Gale, he predicted St. Peter. Oh, hang on. Wharton bursting out with speed. Oh, it's at the post. And Matt Gale, fellow commentator, he predicted St. Peter's as a smoky for the grand final. And that smoky has turned out right. In that game, PNU made it 3 points of margin. So that's a very close game there. Anyway, back to the action. Kick over the top, intercepted by Nistriansky. Only close game to watch out for is that St. Peter's PNU game at Cater Oval. But anyway, back to this game. Down here at Campbelltown Memorial Oval, great oval. Tons of fans and spectators from either team watching this game. Rostrevor calmed the ball down. Paddy Dawson played really well today. Now finds Butterworth. Smothered by Jolly, or spoiled by Jolly, I should say.
He's hurt there, Butterworth.
Not good sides.
There's a lot of
carnage
in back play.
Murata over the top. Handball to Bradford. Now transfer. Hasn't kicked the goal yet today. Finds Baldwin, yes.
Just quickly, Butterworth has just hopped up off the ground now.
Goal, Bo Baldwin.
Baldwin, I reckon, yeah.
Yes, Bo Baldwin off the free kick.
I was just watching what was happening with Butterworth there. He's
So was I.
on that half-back flank wing area. There he is, just trotting off. Very well done by our cameraman Barnaby there, picking that up. And there he is, so he will actually come all the way off. So this will be interesting to see who they put in ruck. Where's Thomas McCormack when we need him?
It's Finn Wakeland.
Yeah, I'm just looking, because that's what I'm saying is, so McCormack may end up going up forward, but just at the moment, comes off and Charles Kemp comes on. So Wakeland, just trying to get him into the game here a bit, and I reckon he made that move pretty quickly. Let's see what he can do. He can get off the ground. Look at that, he'd just take it out himself. Palm it off there. That looked like Murata. Gets it across. Didn't quite hit the target to Kemp. A little bit caught up there. Comes in to support. Tramfer wriggles out of a tight hole there. Murata around the corner. Sensational, but one of the best points you've ever seen on Rostrevor Oval. One might say they got a bit excited early there, Alex, and couldn't quite get it done.
So now kicking in will be Craig Pitt once again. Done all the kick-ins for the Princes today. Goes short. Back to Pitt. Goes long down the line. Deep. Well done to lead by Howard. Now Schmidt. Goes long. Finds a man. Jet Ryan. He's about 40 out from goal. And that's where he'll kick from.
Bit of a coaster-coaster there. And, gee, when they get going, they look good. But the old firm, Jolly and Pitt, teaming up there and there in the back line to get that ball forward. So Jet Ryan, commentator's curse, Alex, what do you reckon? No win?
I reckon he'll kick it. Strolls in. Looks right off the boot, but hooks left. Commentator's curse comes into effect.
He did go out there, didn't he? He just ran out to the right to try and get that back, and he was only about 40, 45 out, so just the point on the board there. Rostrevor, they come inside diagonally. This is Lim. Really liked him today. He couldn't quite get hold of that ball. If you have a good look at that ball, it's been in the mud a bit, so it's probably a bit heavier now. And look at that. Gets it back. That's Lim again. So that ball's going to drop a couple of metres shorter than what the players think because it is covered in mud. But that's a nice kick. Dawson peels off. Here he is on the wing. Runs long. Well, just takes a short bounce. Goes this way, that way. Round he goes. 2 bounces, 3 bounces. He's had a look around. Then he just stops and props, comes inside towards Lim and gives it back to the opposition. That's what I was talking about. That ball, just that touch heavier, will drop off about 2 or 3 metres in the kicking Oh, slips catch out there. Well taken, Wally Grout. In it comes, into the mud again. Jolly, he'll know how to kick it, no matter how heavy that ball is. Into the mud to Schmidt. He normally has a long raking kick. But tell you what, there's a nest, an absolute nest of Rostrevor players back there. Darcy Best kicks out that far side. And they're doing it easy out here. Nistransky by the looks of it.
So Matthew Nistransky been always solid in the defence, same as Damon Stepich, who's on the ball now. Kicks long outside. Well done, Ryan Lim. Played great today, Ryan.
Yeah, he's been good.
Over the top, Patrick Dawson, he's also played amazingly. It's going to be hard to determine who wins the Archies today.
So Dawson on that far wing, just surveying the area, this way, that way. Can they win the 4 quarters? That's what the question is now. Damon Stepic, we are 14 and a half minutes in, just nursing that ball around the ground. That's good sticky fingers. Tramper, really good grab on the left foot. He hasn't got the longest to kick, so they come short now. Darcy Best, that was really well done. Pushed off his player, then slips in the mud. Doesn't really bounce truly, that ball. Oh, great smother. That is what you call teamwork. They're out now. Back to Darcy Best. This time inside 50. It's not going to carry. I keep talking about that muddy ball. You can see the mud on both ends of it. Oh, McCormack, don't tell me. He's done a few little things today and, well, tried for the miraculous. Sometimes ambition gets ahead of talent there, Alex, and couldn't quite get it done.
Kick over the top to Slade. Goes to the corridor. Will Schmidt doesn't give the hand to Clark. Instead going to go for the kick. Goes long. Looks for Kelly. Didn't get it. Now Rostrevor can attack. Ryan Lim. Always healthy on that wing. Good kick to Baldwin with a run and jump. Backtracking. So where's someone like Lanzoni around the ball when you want him? Charles Kemp. There is Lanzoni. Oh, don't tell me. Punched over. Guy Lanzoni. Nearly one for the ages.
You've looked into the crystal ball, and once again we'd like to thank the canteen staff, of course, Sarah Swanbury, Dale Dawson and Louise down there doing a great job. The hospitality at half-time. And Paul Swanbury out here on the balcony just taking a little bit of it in, working hard today and enjoying the Rostrevor team out here today. Really good team effort. They've kicked 2-4, but name synonymous down here at Rostrevor, the Swanbury name, and the lad out there, Hayden, having a great game as well as, once again, 13-12-90 plays 5-7-37. Craig Pitt, as you said, Alex, doing the kick-in honours. Not the best on this occasion. Finn Wakeland up with one hand. He's taken it out of McCormack's book. Just waltzing through the middle, Princes, but I keep saying about that heavy ball, so it drops short. Numbers are there. Very well done by Stepic. Chips out wide. Player standing still. Out it goes. They're working well here. Rostrevor's at Dawson again. Hitting the targets now. Handball comes. Look at Dawson gliding by. Oh, chips in the heavy ball again. Drops short. Here he is. McCormack. Light it up, son. It doesn't need to. It's out the front here. Oh, could have given a handball over. Free kick. Oh, very lucky there, Alex. I thought might have been a handball over to the free player there, but elected to take a shot. But we'll get the free kick, and that is Beau Baldwin. From the angle, commentators curse here. Maybe a check side. Probably a drop punt. Almost there. Just lining up as we're almost 18 minutes in. Beau Baldwin. There goes the grass. He didn't even look at it. Ripping up the turf. The Rostrevor faithful won't be happy about that. Let's have a look. Wanders in for the drop punt. Tight angle. And just offline. I'll tell you what, they've kicked 2 goals 5 for the quarter to 1 goal 3. The way they're going, they will win the quarter. However, inaccuracy again like that first quarter, Alex.
So kick out to Charlick from Pitt. Charlick stays on the broadcast side.
Oh, well
Punch
done.
by Best stays in. Kemp and McInnes with a fight for the ball, a bit of tug of war going on with the footy.
Talk about role players, and Darcy Best has done a great job, and he's standing Hugo Kelly, which isn't easy at the moment, but they play their roles, but he runs well off the back line.
Kemp doing the ruck work, taps down to Baldwin. Great clearance from Baldwin. Well, box up. Can he win the 50-50? He does. Then goes for the handball over the top. Free kick. Advantage. Wakeland. Transfer. Now McCormack. Thank you very much.
Oh, there he is.
Easiest goal of his career. He's got a hat-trick as well.
Cult hero of the day. Look at him trotting out there. He's going to celebrate big. Good on you, big fella.
Great play from the Rostrevor team. Box it to Wakeland. Wakeland to Warden. Warden to transfer. Transfer to McCormack. Just a little handball train. That was a beautiful piece of play. Transfer
very industrious today as well. He'd be up there in our best. Along with Marauders played a great game. Wharton, I think, would have to be the standout for us, though, with that long raking kick and consistency across the 4 quarters. So he's had an outstanding game. He's in the middle there again, up against... That's a good match-up again with Will Schmidt. I thought Schmidt and Wakeland was good, and now Schmidt's on Wharton, so that's another good match-up, and Will Schmidt would be high up in the best for Prince Alfred as well. Who's in ruck there for Rostrevor, mate?
That was Charles Kemp. Warden takes the advantage. It's gone for the nutmeg. Transfer. Sells to Candy. Hooks to the left. Right, sorry. So still 50% accuracy on their scoring shots. 14-14, 98. Beating Prince Alfred 5-7-37. We're in time on.
28 scoring shots. They've had 9 of them this quarter. So they've had 8 shots, 5 shots, 6 shots and 9. So talk about consistency, and the accuracy might be a little bit off, but it's still acceptable at this point. And haven't they done a great job today, Rostrevor?
Pitt doing the kicking duties. Who's going to look forward? He's going to go long down the line to a big pack.
Good push out there, got away with it.
Kemp. Very well done. Short to Wharton. If he kicks one here, he could probably seal the deal for the Archies. Marauder wrapped up by Slade.
He might already be there, but ball up right on centre forward position. Now there's a lot of players congesting around here, and look for Jolly wandering by there. It's just a hack out, and that's been the problem for Princes today. They just can't get that ball forward with any accuracy, or it's this kick here that becomes a bomb if they get it. But Rostrevor, to their credit, have been really dour across that back line, and they're going to worry teams over the next 6 weeks as we head in towards the finals. That was DeMatteis played really well. They go outside here. Rostrevor, is that a shot on goal? I tell you what, is it ever? That is a great goal. He kicked it. I was watching the ball as it left his boot. He put the hand up in the air and really enjoyed that. We'll pick up who that is. It might have been Dawson, was it, I reckon? Just have a look. No, it's not Dawson, but
it's Dawson, is he?
Got hands on hips. We'll see when he turns around, because it turns and faces us, doesn't he? Anyway, ball back in the middle. Interesting with Kemp doing the ruck work.
I reckon that's Ryan Lim. Yeah,
it is Lim, and that's a fitting reward to Lim, because he's had a very good day. They've kicked 4 goals, 10 scoring shots in the last quarter. What a great finish it is for Rostrevor here. And up in the ruck, I don't mind the look of Quaney. He looks a good athletic type, number 37 there, Quaney, and just like to see a bit more of him for Princes to see how he goes. And transfer again, this way, that way, on the left boot. Almost his twin there in Lanzoni. Lanzoni's kicked 4 and will be lining up for his 5th, Alex. And Tramfer's just that use of that ball in the middle and quick transition out, isn't it? And they use it, they don't just bomb.
So Stefan Lanzoni had a bag of 7 in round 10, and he's going to line up for a bag of 5.
So he's going to kick 12 goals. Well, what did you say, 7? So he's going for his 5th here. 12 goals in 3 rounds. Did he get any last week? Whoop. Because we put the Mozza on him there. 4 goals, 7. That is a huge quarter. 23 minutes in. Tony Neal and Alex Coots joining you today all around Australia and the world for the Rostrevor and Prince Alfred game, as the Kieran Hoiketsu scoreboard has been turning over. Hello, yes, there it is, as that kick comes in. Gee, I tell you what, good grab by Will Schmidt. Really good. And Wakeland just goes up and gives him a pat on the back after clocking him on the back of the head. Welcome to Division 1 football, sir. Like to see just one thing now, if the Rostrevor can get it down here. Finn Wakeland take a specky, but they're very disciplined, so they're going to go out the other side, Darcy Best, and does so into that back pocket to Stepic.
So now outside to Marauder. Marauder stays outside, finds Kemp. Kemp short to Baldwin. Baldwin over the top, Joshua shoot, and he'll line up for goal. So Joshua shoot already has one today. 1 goal straight. We're not far from the siren. How long do you reckon it'll be, Tony?
Well, it's 24 minutes in, so been a few goals scored this quarter, so probably 29 minutes.
Joshua shoot coming in. Not a bad kick off the boot. Oh my word! Jet Boxer! Take a bow! What a mark!
I missed it.
I see it, but I don't believe it. Oh, we're seeing that on between the posts for sure.
I happened to be writing a note and I just heard everyone yell. I thought, oh, someone spilt their coffee or something. And, well, Jet Box has taken a massive mark there. Our Mark of the Week is brought to you by Born to Build. And our Mark of the Year is brought to you by Moonlight Suites by Kimberley Resorts. The winner receives 3 nights accommodation in Broome. That's it.
So ball back up. Tranford laying the tackle on Schmidt.
Gee, it's been all Rostrevor, hasn't it, this last quarter, apart from the 1 goal to the Princes. Here they go again. Tramfer out wide, gets it to Darcy Best. So Best kicks it in on Wakeland now. Been saying he needs to take a grab, and he does. That's a long and high kick. I tell you what, that's gone a long, long way. Oh, have they kept it in? No, they haven't. And that is 4 goals, 8 for the quarter. And Princes now through Craig Pitt. Goes long, out to the wing. Up goes Will Schmidt. So Schmidt, this way, that way. Comes out now, Baldwin. Just a punch across there. Little handball out, Mitchell Dean. Joe Howard. Long, one-on-one battle. Where's the cavalry? Little soccer kick. That'll do. That's called an inside 50. Darcy Best to ground. Oh, player taken to ground. And looks inside. High and long. Big pack flies. Rostrevor stay down. They're out here over the top. Oh, Tramper's got a bit of work to do. He's swung right around. The umpire says, give it to me. We'll have a ball up as we wind around to 27 minutes. Tramper just looking there, appealing. A lot of Rostrevor colours at the back of this throw up. Oh, bundled out. And now he's taking the ground, Hugo Kelly. So that is what you call a receipt. And that is holding the ball. So Tramper, the recipient. And 25 metres. So Tramper heading down the ground. Just heading down towards the middle of the ground, just behind the centre. Look at his eyes, surveying. Good kick out, and that is the siren as Ryan Lim takes the ball in hand. And our final score, 16-16, 112 to 5 goals, 7 37. So they kicked 4 goals, 8 in the last quarter. Players just coming together. So in the end, a 75-point win to Rocks, who were leading at quarter time by 20. They then went on to 33, 45, and then a big last quarter, 75, as Damien Boots, just wandering past there on the wing, went over and shook hands with Ned McHenry, and, well, they can go forward with confidence, certainly. Rostrevor and Princes are still in that relegation zone. So let's have a look at our goal kickers today as that ground again bathed in sunshine. Lanzoni with 4, Dawson 1, Baldwin 1, Lim 1, Jake Slivak 2, Joshua Shute 1, Thomas McCormack, loved him today, 3, the Colt hero, Jet Boxer 3 with that mark of the day and week and year contender. And for Prince Alfred, Oliver McGuinness 1, Will Schmidt 1, and 3 to James Bentley. So really only 3 goal scorers out of the 5 there, Alex. And just better players for Prince Alfred, first of all. Who did you see?
So for Prince Alfred, Mitchell Dean, Craig Pitt, Ollie McInnes, Henry Slade, Oliver Clark. He was really good for Prince Alfred, probably best on for them. Will Schmidt, James Bentley and Hayden Jolly. For Rostrevor, Stefan Lanzoni, Patrick Dawson, Ryan Lim, Elliot Murata, Jet Boxer, James Byworth, and the Archie's winner, James Wharton.
Yeah, I agree there. James Wharton, what a fantastic game he had. And we talk about a full team effort, and there they are coming off. So fantastic effort by Rostrevor, winning by 75 points. We would like to thank our sponsors, Filming Footy, Sports Interactive, Classic Clashes, Custom by ORTC, High Five E-Bikes, Dartfish, Archie's, Jag Meatworks and Kimberley Resorts. Remember, our mark of the week and goal of the week is shown. You can see all the winners by going to Filming Footy social media page and watch our weekly footy show between the posts. Match summary, well, what do you reckon, Alex? Prince Alfred, not quite there. They started out with that first goal, but Rostrevor, the 4 quarters was what I was after today from them, and we got it.
Well, Prince Alfred, they did kick the first goal of the game, obviously, and then Rostrevor kicked 6 on the trot, and that's probably where they just won the game. Their momentum and consistency, just every single quarter was amazing. They won every one. First quarter they won by 20, second quarter they won by 13, third quarter they also won by 12. And the last break, they won that quarter by a big margin. Well, actually, it wasn't that big. It was only 10 points.
4 goals 8 they kicked to 1 goal 2. So it was quite big.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So all is good. So, Alex, thank you once again. Fantastic job, mate. You're doing lots of things. I know you're off over to Melbourne in a couple of weeks again to commentate in the AFL. So that's where our young Alex is going and doing a fantastic job, young man. We can't thank you enough. Thanks to the Matchday clubs and officials, our sponsors, our camera and production crew. Barnaby, once again, mate, great job behind the camera there, bringing us all the action from down here at Rostrevor. Thanks for watching, and we will see you all next week.